It's your girl Tina. Hey everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a few days since I came on with some new projects, and so here I am. Hope all is well with you all. Do you all remember when I shared with you the blessing shopping spree that my friend took me on? It was something that I forgot to add because, of course, it was in another bag and I didn't get that bag out the car. So I want to share with you all the last portion of that shopping spree from my friend. So the first thing was this rustic Noel paper pad 6x6, 18 designs in here. Of course, you can see that this is a Hobby Lobby find, right? And so I needed to replenish my winter holiday paper pads because I basically have depleted what I have. And so I needed some new fresh paper. And when I was on that shopping spree, I was walking past the Christmas display in the inner aisles, the outer aisles, and I came across these paper pads and I thought they were cute. All right, Winter Berry. This is an 8.5 by 11 stack. I really thought this was nice and bright. The only thing is with these paper pads, they are one-sided. They're not double-sided. Now, I never used to look at Hobby Lobby paper pads because I felt that paper was a little bit too thin for me. But when I picked these up and I began to thumb to them, I don't know if Hobby Lobby, it's been so long though since I looked at their paper. The paper seems a little thicker than what it used to be. And I really, really, really like that. So I really was liking this pad. So I picked up this pad. Nice bright colors. I like different patterns. I could work with this. So that was the second pad that I picked up. Then they had this pad right here, Vintage Christmas. Now this pad does say 2020. This pad, the Winter Berry, says 2019. So I guess these pads are not new, but they never caught my attention and I never seen them in my local Hobby Lobbies. But remember, I told you all the Hobby Lobby that he stopped at was in another state, about 45 minutes, an hour away. So yeah, I guess different stores carry different things. I don't know. Or maybe I just caught them at the right time and they hadn't sold out. Really, really like this vintage stack. Really cute. Got a lot of possibilities. A lot of things I could do with it. Of course, make tags, what I like. And I could do some cards. I could even do some decor pieces with some of these. I thought about that. So, yeah, I thought it was an interesting stack. And I liked enough of the papers to want to bring it home. So, you all know when it comes to paper, my whole idea is before I get a paper pad, I have to like at least 3. And this pad is 60 sheets. So, you got 15 designs. I need to like at least 5 to 7 of the designs for me to take it home. All right. Then the last pad that I found was this Plaid Tidings. Now this has 2018, so I guess this been out for a minute. Never ever seen it. And so I was like, oh yeah, just a whole pad of different types of plaids. Buffalo check. I like all of this. Yep, I found that when I found this, I was like, oh, I really, really like this. Have a little blue in it. Really nice. So I was like, okay, this is worth taking. I liked the whole pad. And I rarely like the whole entire pad. All right, so I wanted to share that with you all because these next few makes that I'm going to be showing you all, they're going to be coming out of some of these pads. So these are the pads I will be working with this season. Of course, I got a lot of remnants from my old pads, from papers that I really, really like that's in my vault. I'll probably pull those out as well and just go ahead on and go through them and move them out so I can have room to store other things. Okay. All right, so that's that. I want to show you all that. So here is my first make. Oh my goodness. A stocking. Oh, I love it. Now, all of my stockings, and I have a few of them, are basically the same. Using some of those papers, I just cut and began to put together, sitting down, listening to some music, and I just had myself a field day. All right, so let's look at them. I really, really like. Some have buttons, some has the bowl as a centerpiece. I just did a lot of different things to them. This one has the bell on it. I really like these poinsettias on the middle of them. Here's another one with a bow. And once I began to cut, you all, I just was cutting, and I had to stop myself like, okay, Tina, you didn't cut enough, girl. I was enjoying myself listening to that music, and just, I had gotten into the groove. On this one, you have a bell and a little tiny tag here that I stamped a stocking on. Really like. So these are like tags that's just easy. Tie it on a bottle, tie it on a bag. It could stand alone. It's just cute. And then on this one, I used the embossing folder on some black cardstock and then a designer paper. On this one, I used the embossing folder on the trim of the stocking, and then in the middle, the body of the stocking, I used the pattern paper. So I just used the pieces that were cut out. So this cuts out the die. I'll show you. It cuts out all of the pieces, and I just flipped them up. So that way I was able to use all pieces that I cut out. Love the way that they turned out. Really, really like them. And these are stickers from my stash, right? I was able to use up some of my stash that I've had for a very, very long time. Sometimes for me, you all, I get tired of looking at some of my stash, and it's like, okay, it's time for you all to go. So let me show you some of the things that I use. All right, starting off with this stocking, I use this Tim Holtz stocking stuffer die right here. Let me show you. Okay, that's this alterations die. This is the die that I use. So as you can see, in one pass, you cut out everything you need to layer the die. So on the black ones, or on all of them, I took 2 sheets of paper, right? 2 contrasting different sheets, and I passed them through here because this is a steel rule die. So I was able to make a pass with like 6 sheets at a time, which was great, right? So 2 that complement each other. These are 2 sheets that complemented each other that I felt would be good with a contrast. So once I passed through it, I had 2 sets of the pieces. So I would take the pieces and I would do opposite on each one of them, if that makes any sense. Okay, here's one right here. These are 2 separate sheets of paper. I passed them together and I just reversed the patterns and put some stickers on there. Okay, so this is the die that I used for these little tags right here that says hello, that says for you. Where's another tag? This tag with the bow right here. All right, I'm going to show you. I used that Elena Cuttle die that was gifted to me. And then I stamped the words in them. And then I just cut some blank. And when I cut those blank, this is a blank one that I cut. And then I used these stamps right here to stamp inside of them. I used the bow. I used this stocking right here. And if I'm not mistaken, I used this Christmas tree on some of them. So I just stamped those on the little tiny tag. Okay? So that's what I use for that. And like I said, for these bows, I got these bows from a store called Dollar General. I've had them in my stash for about 5 or 6 years because I caught them at the end of the holiday season. They were only 99 cents a pack, and I think you got like 32 bows on that sheet, and they would mark down clearance for like 10 cents a sheet, a pack. And so I had gotten like 10 packs, and I've been using them over the years. Okay, they came in red and green on the sheet. You got 15 green and you got 15 red. All right. So when you see stuff like this, just always get it, pick it up, have it in your stash. You can always craft with these type of bows. Now, these right here are just some Poinsettia stickers that I got from Hobby Lobby some years ago, been in my stash. This is a good buy as well. I think they usually like $1.99 or $2.99, and you get like 10 or 12 in a pack, and then you get them on the 50% off day. Okay, so these are always being carried every season. I do see these. Okay, same with these right here. I got these from Hobby Lobby, $2.99 a pack. I think 12 came in a pack or something like that, and I got them on the 50% off. And let's talk about these embossing folders. This is what I wanna talk about, and I'm gonna show you. Did I pull out the embossing folders because we kind of sleep on our embossing folders, but you all don't forget your embossing folders, right? So I pulled this embossing folder out right here. This is 4-petal flower. This is a Sizzix embossing folder, and I just used it to emboss this black cardstock. So I love this pattern paper. This pattern paper is just beautiful, right? The designer paper, and it packs to me a powerful punch. This makes it so subtle when you just take plain cardstock and add some embossing. I really like the way the stocking came out. Okay. On this one, I played around with another embossing folder, and that embossing folder is this one right here. It's a Sizzix Holly Swirl. Okay, love this. And so I did the vice versa. I embossed the cardstock, and then I layered it with that pattern paper. So it's a lot that you could do with your embossing folders. Okay, and then these I felt were just so cute with just buttons. Okay, so I just took some buttons out of my stash, put the thread through them, and then I glued them down. I think it's simple, but it's nice. Now here's another bow. I got this pack of bows from Dollar Tree as well. Not Dollar Tree, I'm sorry. I got this from Dollar General, and these were $1.50 a pack. It had like 30 or 40 of these bows glued to the sheet, and I got it at the end of the season. Great time to shop for things at the end of the holiday season. And when I say end of holiday season, I'm talking after Christmas, early January. You get things for dirt cheap. Okay, so here's another one I use with my buttons. I really, really, really like it. All right, so on the back, I used a to and from stamp, and I stamped most of them on the back. This is a stamp from that same collection, For You. And I think I put that stamp set up that I used to stamp these out. I'm sorry, you all, but it's just a basic stamp that have For You, To and From in different styles. So that's what I did on the back. Some of them I didn't put anything on the back because I felt like this was the For You, right? And so it's still room. People can write messages, a little note, or anything they want to do. So that's my first make. I've been making these. Now let me show you what else I made with this same die set. Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it. So I decided to try and put a ginger in my stocking, stuff it with a ginger. On this one, I used some of that trim that I got on my shopping spree from Hobby Lobby, right? I used some of these bows. I did a post on my Instagram showing my lunch one day. I sat and I just cut out a bunch of these bows. So that's one of those bows. And then I use some of my buttons. And these are like the wooden buttons. I think it added so much life. Here's a bell, and then my sweet, sweet ginger. And on my Instagram post, I sat one day for lunch, and I just cut out a bunch of gingers. So these is from my stash, right? All I had to do is go ahead on and start creating. I use these pink bowls, but everything else is basically the same. I took my Jelly Roll pen and I just outlined the ginger. I really like how that turned out. All right, here's my last one. And you all, I use my Peachy King face set on these gingers. Again, you will see all of that if you go over to my Instagram page. And all of that over there will show you how I came up with these gingers and the faces that I use. Okay? All right, so that's my first make. I also want to talk about the chalking, because on these right here, I use this chalk ink right here by Color Box. Okay, on these. Really like the way they came out. Okay. And then on my gingers, I took this, what is this one called? I don't know what the color of this one is. It's so old. Let me see. It doesn't say. I done rubbed it off. But I used this like off-white chalk from Color Box that had it for a long time. And I dusted my gingers on the outside with this chalk, and I really like it. Make it look like a flowery like type look. So that's what I did for that one. All right. So then that's it. On these, I just use random ink, random chalks to chalk up the edges of these, and I was using my powder puff chalks on these. Okay. If anybody interested, just hit me up and I'll tell you all, because I didn't pull out my powder puff chalks. All right. So that's my first set of makes. I really, really enjoyed those. I had fun making them, but I have one more set of makes that I want to share with you. All right. This is my second set. These are tags as well. And these are like postage stamp tags. I really, really like the way that they came out. So I'm going to show them all to you. Really, really nice, sturdy. And I just think they are so cute. They came out so nice. I love it. Okay. And once again, these are from some of the gingers that I cut out on lunch. I just did a bunch of gingers because I wanted to have them already cut out and ready, and then I could just start doing makes. And it made my process so much easier. So much easier. I love this. All right. And so here's the last one. So I'll start with this last one. I did not put a hole or a hanging element because I felt like I could use this as a standalone, and I'm thinking about putting it on a card front. This is what I plan to do with this one. And I didn't even put the sentiment holiday blessings because I said I might want to go with a different sentiment. But this is the base of all of these makes, right? Okay, so let's talk about this. First of all, let's talk about our background. I use, you all, this here's postage stamp die from Lawn Fawn. Now, this is a whole set. I don't know what I did with the rest of them. This one was inside of a box of another project. So I had used this on some projects a while ago and had forgotten all about it. And now I cannot locate the set that this goes with. But this is a Lawn Fawn die, and they do not have it available anymore because I have checked Lawn Fawn and I have not been able to find this set, okay? All right, so I used that to cut out my base, okay? The next thing that I used is this stamp right here from Stampendous. This is a background stamp. I used that to create my background. And I also used this Stephanie Bernard's, and this is called, let's see, it don't have a name on it. Yeah, Stephanie don't, let me see, it's probably down here. Okay, here we go. Postage Stamps 2 set. Okay, this is by Stamps of Life. I've had this for years, and I love this set. So I use this as well on my background. Okay, and then let's talk about what did I do. For this background, I used this rhubarb stalk memento ink to stamp this background stamp. Okay, that's the first thing I did. Then I went in with this archival coffee ink. And what I did was I just inked up on top of the rhubarb to get this light effect that I have. Really, really like it because I use a file folder to cut the base of these tags out. So this is a file folder, and I went over top of the rhubarb background stamp ink and with this coffee to kind of tone down the redness of the background. Okay, when I went in, after I went in with the coffee, you all, I went in and inked the edges with this green with ivy powder puff chalk. And then once I did that, and I did that very heavy, that was on purpose. I went in with water splashes. Let's see if you can see them. You can see it good in here. I went in with water splashes which made that chalk ink begin to spread and give me more of a vintage look. Okay, and then the last thing I did is I went in with my with this close to my heart black ink. I went in and I stamped my postage stamp in the top right hand corner. Okay, I really love my background on here. I really, really liked it. I love the way the background turned out. So that's how I created the background for all of these. Okay, let's talk about the ginger. This ginger came from this set right here that was gifted to me. This was the larger ginger. Okay, this one right here. And I used the clothes. Okay, I got it in 2 different sizes. This is the large size. And this is the smaller size. Okay, and I want you to see how in this set you get the clothes, you get the ginger, you get the headwear, You get everything. I used these clothes right here and the tie. These short overalls is what I used on these gingers, okay? But I just used the bigger set that went with the bigger ginger right here, okay? So I went in, I pulled out some of that paper from that Plaid Tidings. I cut the shirt out, and then I used some just plain green cardstock to cut out the overall shorts and the hat. I really, really, really love it. Okay, once again, this is my Peachy King face. And if you go over there to Instagram, like I said, you all will find what I use. But I use the Jill's favorites on these faces. And this is the one I use right here. This is the one I used. Okay. And then I just went in with my white jelly pen and did the eyes and the mouth. And I really, really like the way that it turned out. Okay. On these, I use my, I put the little eyelets here. I need to get me some more of these because I'm really, really, I'm just low, really low. So I'm trying to find some new eyelets. I don't see them in the store a lot, but yeah, I'm gonna have to go online. So I did that, and then I just put some of this Dollar Tree twine through the hole. And on the back, I used again that to and from that same stamp set. And I didn't bring the stamp set in here. I believe it's at work because I was making some tags at work on my lunch break. So I'll have to show that to you all in another video. All right, so these are my second set of tags. I love this holiday blessings. This came off of a wood mount stamp that I have. And that wood mount stamp is with the things at work because I'm making a new set of tags, okay? So you'll get to see the stamp in the next video or videos down the line. But these are the tags that I made. I really, really like the way that they turned out. They just came out really, really nice. And again, I use file folders for the base of these tags. And I really, really, really like everything that I got, how they turned out. I really like them. So this is my make, you all. I know this was a lot, but this is what I've been working on, just trying to settle my mind, keep my mind focused. And I'm excited about the holidays like I am every year. I get excited, and you know, the winter holidays is like my favorite, and I love it. I love the festivities. So just trying to get myself ready to be in the mood and be able to give some tags this holiday season. All right, you all, thank you for watching me. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. And if you like my tags, you like my process that I explained, you like my video, can you please hit that subscribe button if you're not a part of my family? If you are a part of my family, can you give me thumbs up and leave me a comment and let me know what your thoughts are? I love to hear from my family. I'll talk to you all next time. Stay blessed and keep creating.